Welcome to the first episode of the At Leisure podcast. This is a show about sports, video games, movies, and just basically all the things we do with our leisure time. My name is Brett, and I'm joined by my good friend Ashton. What's up, man? You ready to get this thing started?
Hey, man, I'm excited. Yeah, let's get going with this thing. Let's get it started.
Sweet. I guess we'll just start by introducing ourselves. I'm Brett, and I graduated college with a gaming and animation bachelor's degree. So that's my claim to fame on talking about games. I walked on as a baseball player because I knew I wasn't good enough to actually play. And so that was just for fun. I love sports and baseball in particular. And then I wrote some articles for the 1012 Sports website about Texas Tech. So if this thing goes for a while, you'll learn that I'm a big Texas Tech fan. So what about you, Ashton?
Yes. My life pretty much revolves around everything we're talking about today. So sports, video games, movies. So pretty excited to discuss all these three things. Sports-wise, I've played most sports we're going to talk about, especially ones we're talking about today. And then, heck, I've coached both of them for, I don't know, 10, 20 years, combined as far as football and basketball probably. And then video games, big gamer myself, play online a lot. Pretty good at Madden and 2K, and hop on Warzone every now and then, with you and then some other guys. And we have some tough nights, but other nights all right. But that movies, I try to see a movie a week almost. Walk across the street to the movie theater, and then got a bunch of DVDs stacked up here. But yeah, I can't wait to get started here.
So when I'm listening to a podcast, I kind of like to talk about what are these people like? Am I going to be agreeing with them or disagreeing with them the whole time? So we just thought we just give our top 3 sports moments, top 3 movies, and top 3 games. So I'll let you go first, and we'll start with movies. What are your top 3 movies? Start at 3, and then I'll give 3, and then you give 2.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do it that way.
All right. So you want to go first on this one? Because I'm gonna be honest. It don't matter. But 2 we have the same. 2 we have the same movie. So
oh gosh. Okay.
So if you want to, all right, it's up to you though. I'll tell you what.
No, let's go 3. I'll go. My third favorite movie, How to Train Your Dragon 2. You've seen this, right?
I actually haven't. I've seen
the
first one. You
haven't seen this
movie? I've heard the second one needs to be seen, but I've yet to see it.
Oh my gosh!
I might do that after we get done here, actually.
Yeah, talk about
I've heard a lot of
watch.
good things about it.
The first one is okay. Yeah, I remember going to the theater the first time seeing this and thinking, okay, this is not going to be anything big time. But holy crap, from the beginning, I was like, what is this? Who does this movie think it is? Like, this is incredible. It's beautifully animated, beautifully shot. And then the toothless hiccup relationship, best non-human relationship in movies, in my opinion. The music's great. It gives me chills every time I watch it. And then there's the one scene so powerful. Every time I watch it, I try to find an excuse to call my dad. But the whole trilogy is amazing. But the middle one, this one, it's the peak.
Man, I've heard a lot of good things about it. Like I said, I might have to check it out when we get off here because it's been on my watch list for a little bit because I've heard you talk about it and I've heard other people talk about it. But yeah, maybe I'll follow up with a reaction to How I Met Your Dragon 2. But I'll make sure to get on that. I also coming at number 3 for my movies. I've got Shutter Island. So this is a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. So this was a close call for me. Between this and Seven, which got Brad Pitt in it. Also a good movie, but big fan of mystery thrillers. But huge fan of Leo DiCaprio, and that's kind of what put this up here. But that combined with, like I said, detective mystery, which is probably my favorite type of movie. Can't go wrong with it. But that, Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese, count me in.
But yeah, this movie
different. Hey, we're gonna have some
very different movie.
Kind of.
I can't believe you like that movie.
Yeah,
but I watched that movie recently. I was like, this is not it. This is not for me.
Hey, it's the first rated R movie I saw in theaters. Okay, so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a special place with me.
Make you feel like a big boy.
Yeah, heck yeah. But hey, it doesn't waste a second in time to drop you into this movie. So you start with Leo DiCaprio, and then you got Mark Ruffalo, the 2 detectives in this movie. So they're on a ferry heading to the island to an insane asylum, and then pretty much doesn't stop there; just keeps on going. So drops you right in, doesn't waste a second. And then the end of this movie, also pretty amazing, you know. So if you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you don't know what I'm talking
I
about.
was going to say, you're going to spoil it?
So,
I mean, it's an old
not
movie.
to spoil anything, but the quote at the end of this movie, pretty awesome. All right, so basically, and you don't got to put all this crap in here. I'm going off the rails now, but the quote at the end of this movie, pretty special. So, what would be worse, to live as a monster or to die as a good man? Just to think about that and to see him say that, perfect ending to this movie, and overall, just a great movie.
Yeah, that is a great line. It's literally, at least it peaks right at the end there for me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it kind of leaves you hanging like, oh, okay, so maybe without spoiling whatever. It's been out for 20 years now, but that's it on that one. All right.
Okay, so, and we have the same number 2, huh?
Believe it or not, yeah.
Batman Begins. It's Batman Begins.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Batman Begins. I mean, you know, what else are you gonna put at number 2? It better be Batman Begins.
I mean,
that's all I gotta say.
It's got to be. If you put it at number 1, we wouldn't argue with you.
No, because
I think though this is a hot take. Like most people like
most
the
people
Dark
would
Knight
say
better.
The Dark Knight. Yeah, most people are going to say The Dark Knight, and it's a great movie. I mean, this whole trilogy.
Yeah, this is
my top 5 to be honest with you. But
this is marginally better than The Dark Knight. Like they're both incredible movies.
Yeah, Dark Knight's awesome, but something about the origin tale for me, you know, getting to see his uprising, and then going to the League of Shadows and his training, and just the dark, gritty Batman, that you can't beat that in my opinion.
The dialogue in that movie is amazing. I remember just listening to it. I'm like, holy crap! How do people think of these things to write? Like everything is so quotable, and the atmosphere is like perfection. Like that Gotham is like straight out of the comic books. When he's climbing the mountain to Ra's al Ghul, you're like, holy crap! This is so epic. This is Do you think we've seen the best Batman movie?
It's going to be tough to top, man, because really it makes even the Batman this year, pretty good movie. But when I see a Batman movie that's even okay or pretty good, I'm like, man, it's just not living up to it for me. Because even the one this year,
Nolan,
it was good, but I'm comparing it to one of the top 5 best movies of all time, and most other comic book movies are not going to get there, or even close. Yeah. So pretty tough to top that. Well, and that's what in this movie put Nolan on my radar, and now he's my favorite director. You know, I've watched all his movies and hadn't seen one I didn't like.
So true. Yeah, exactly.
Like if I showed my top
I cared
10,
about Nolan before I cared about directors because of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, holy.
Exactly. And then it's like now when he comes out with a movie because of this one, because of this trilogy, and then specifically because of Batman Begins, he just took off after that. And any movie he comes out with going to be epic. Yeah,
he's one of the few directors that I'll watch his movie if it's about like a snail running a race, anything. You know, like paint drying. Mm-hmm. He'll make it interesting. Oh yeah, and it was tough for me to not put this movie at number 1, to be honest with you. So I mean, anytime you just hear that, your number 1 then. Anytime you hear that Batman music, man, I mean, I gotta give it a watch. I would say in these top 3 movies that we say, the music is going to be a big part of it too. Like they all are going to have just killer soundtracks. That's part of what makes a good movie. I mean, heck obviously. Yeah, man. And then the ending of this movie, man, when he's on the rooftop with Gordon. He's like, oh man. And then he gives him the Joker card at the end. Yeah. Best perfect tease. Segue. Like, that actually came through. I'll look into it, you know. Yeah, exactly. The one that actually came through, you know. Just jumps off. Yeah, we could talk about this movie forever. Thanks, son. I knew this was a good movie because this movie is old, right? And my grandma had never seen it, and recently she came over, watched the whole movie. She was enthralled. Like we just had our first son, and that's her great grandbaby, and she's watching Batman instead of paying attention to him. I'm like, this movie's rules. Yeah, it's got. I mean, if it's got that attention, you know. I mean, I know there's no better compliment. No, there's not a better. No. But all right, we should move on because we can talk about it forever. All right, I want to hear your number 1, and then I'll give you mine. I can go number 1. It's a little so it's a little off the radar here. So it's not exactly what I would necessarily label the best movie ever, but this is a movie that I've been watching for 25 years that I can quote the whole movie to. I think it's more I was introduced to it so early that it's just stuck with me ever since. And are we about to say the same movie?
No, I don't think so. I bet it's gonna be a little different. I don't know, but okay, yeah, it might be. Okay. I mean, considering we just said number 2 the same, and I really wasn't expecting that one. So,
and you're introducing this movie the same way I was going to introduce mine.
It's gonna be mine's. So this one's gonna be a little different because it's gonna be in a different genre. All right, so this is gonna be a comedy movie. Okay. So
okay.
So it's not necessarily what I would say is the best movie, but my personal favorite. All right, so it's gonna be Dumb and Dumber. Okay, so
Dumb and Dumber is your number one. Okay,
so. This movie, man, I can quote this entire movie. All right, so I've seen it probably over 100 times, and just every time I watch it, man, it kills me. All right, so without a doubt, it's the funniest movie I've ever seen. All right, so I'm not even saying it's the best movie, but this movie just kills me. All right, so Harry and Lloyd are just so dumb, man. It's not even. They're so dumb. It's not even.
They are so dumb. One might say they were Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. All right, there you go. Exactly. Yeah. All right.
Yes. Oh my gosh! Man, I cannot believe that.
I don't know. It's so quotable for me because, like I said, I've seen it for 25 years almost. You know, and and it's just quotable. He's like stack of marbles, few baseball cards, Petey. You know, he sold the stuff to the blind kid, and it's it's killer. All right. So I love this movie. All right. So I may have to put How You Met Your Dragon 2 on the back burner so I can watch Dumb and Dumber again.
You met your dragon.
But I don't know, man. That's number 1 for me.
Dude, you're losing credibility the more you speak.
Number 2 was good, you know.
How You Met Your Dragon. Okay,
but that's one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I honestly can't even ask you for more analysis of that movie because
good luck topping that. Yeah.
Good luck topping that. I was going to start mine with saying I don't necessarily think this is the best movie ever made, but it is the movie that introduced me. Well, that got me excited for a franchise in a way that like has kind of obsessed my life sometimes, and that is Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. So I'm a big prequel fan.
I can't blame you there though, because that's my number 1 Star Wars movie. Because it's special.
I think for our generation, it was like the movie for Star Wars that made Star Wars. Because like I loved Luke Skywalker and all those movies, but you know the technology was just too old, so it was harder to just watch it for fun as a kid. Now I can watch it and appreciate it, but then it was like, no, why would I watch Ben and Darth Vader like whack sticks together when I can watch Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker at their peak fight on a lava planet. So yeah. And I mean the music in that movie, John Williams is incredible, and when he dies, I hope someone just picks up how he made music and just keeps it going, because it's like we're gonna be losing a Picasso or whatever. His music is so good. Like the love story in the prequels, terrible, but the music, I'm like, I wanted my wife to walk down the aisle to that music because it is love in audio form. But so good. But yeah, and the movie itself, the Revenge of the Sith, great. Shows the downfall of the Jedi. The opening 20 minutes of that movie is like fast paced, and you've got the ships flying in and like the Clone Wars battle in like full force.
Yeah, it jumps right in, man.
I love that.
Them saving Palpatine right off the bat. It doesn't waste any time in that movie either. Yeah.
Talk about Palpatine like being the best villain. Like he was Thanos before Thanos. He won. He won for 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, he killed the whole freaking Republic, you know.
No.
Yeah,
he didn't get props as the villain Jedi. That he should.
No, yeah. I mean, he overpowered 30 Jedi without them knowing that he was, the worst person, Hitler, pretty much.
And I know, like, George Lucas wrote this with some, like, political undertones. Like, I know, like, at the time, it was, like, the Bush era. But, like, the idea of somebody, like, creating a war to gain power through a system and then using that system against, like, it's so well done in the story sense. I will say the dialogue is lacking in
there are
pretty much all three movies. It gets better as it goes.
The dialogue and the love is a little sketchy. I think I sent you a meme about that yesterday, actually. But never-ending memes coming from those movies on the love story.
Never-ending memes.
But the fights,
it's had second life with memes.
the fight scenes, though, like you said, man, it's hard. I mean, I can remember we turned on the John Williams soundtrack from episode 3, and me and my brother would just reenact it, get the lightsabers out, you know. And
oh yeah,
it's over. I got the high ground, you know. It's game over.
Staple of the '90s childhood, right there.
Yeah, I mean, unmatched. I mean, I can still remember. Well, heck, it was when you and me were in high school. We
yeah,
might want to cut this out though, but you might want to cut this out. It's just gonna make it sound a little nerdier than I was wanting to.
Yeah.
I remember I said 20. You know. Yeah, we'll cut this part.
No, we weren't 20. We were 16. You know,
I'm kidding.
16.
I'm kidding. Yeah, we were 16.
Yeah, 16.
But no,
when they did the re-release.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, speaking on Revenge of the Sith, man, I can still remember because, you know, movies at that time would only have midnight releases, and then they would come out Friday.
Yeah.
Now everything starts sooner. But so I can still remember I was at school
Wednesday sometimes.
I was at school Friday, and I got called up to the office that I was leaving for the day. I was like, "What's going on?" And then just so happened somebody was picking me up to take me to go see episode 3 during school. So like, it's about to be a good day, you know.
What?
And then so I got to do that, and then man, I'm with you. This is by far the best Star Wars movie in my opinion, and not that any of the others are lacking besides the most recent ones, but there's some heavy contenders here. But episode 3, man, just the fight scenes, and then just the climax of that whole prequel trilogy just wraps it up real nice.
Glad you agree.
Yeah, no, hey, good. Hey, respect. My number one might not be respectable, but yours, you know, props to you. It's not quite.
Yeah, we've lost credibility in the first part here. I know. Hey, we'll get it back here with the.
You know? I mean,
for sure.
Interpretation.
We'll get it back here with the games list. So.
Oh, definitely. All right, so I'll get us started here on the games list. Coming at number 3. So these games nowadays I play a lot online, but these games I'm gonna be talking about was before online was really a big thing. So. The story modes are key, and then basically just the open world is going to be a big thing for me in all these. But coming to number 3, I got Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, and I'm not a big race car fan myself. You know, I'm not a big racing game. That's not really my thing. But this basically, so something that stood out to me on this Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. If you remember this, if anybody that's played this, you might not have, but basically it's an open world racing game almost. So you've got the story mode where everything's customizable, and that's a big thing. That's pretty neat to do on PS2 because you can customize your car in 100 different ways. You can put different colors on it, different neon on it, different rims, different wheels, anything that you can think of, you can change it. And basically just having that whole customization from anything on the cars, and then also it has so many cars in the game. You got full creative control over all the cars. There's like 300 cars in that game that you can edit. And nowadays I'm not a fan of racing games at all, but something about this one just, man, I don't know, something about being able to race against the computer and then being able to customize my car. It's just something you can't beat in my opinion.
What system did you play this on?
So this is on PlayStation 2. All right, so yeah, so I played this game on PS2. So it came out in 2005, and so this been a while since I hadn't played this game in forever. And then I don't even know.
I've never heard of this game.
I didn't even play another Midnight Club other than this game.
As I say, I've heard of Midnight Club, but that one specific.
Yeah, so this one specifically because it's just the amount of customization that you could do is pretty cool. You know, so you can customize anything on the car. You can chop the top off the car if you wanted to, and I mean, yeah, it just entertaining and endless hours of just. I can still remember going over to a friend's house in junior high playing this because there was so much you could do on it. It was just fun to play, fun to watch people customize the cars, anything.
Yeah, I love how deep of a cut that is. I wonder how many lists on the world have that as their third favorite game.
Probably not many. I can remember going over to Drake's house and playing this.
Yeah, that's funny. Hey, you know, cool cars, middle school, that's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
All right, well, my number 3, definitely more recent. I'll admit I still play these open world games a lot. So number 3, though, that kind of alternates with my number 2 back and forth all the time. Zelda Breath of the Wild. That game is the reason I bought a Switch. And at first I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to buy a Switch. I'll wait to play Zelda. And then everyone was telling me this might be the greatest game ever made. I'm like, okay, well, I can't not play the greatest game ever made. So I borrowed my cousin's. Shout out to him if he's listening. Thanks for that. But I borrowed my cousin's, and I played that game for a week straight on my Christmas break. And I probably slept every night for 4 hours just so that I was able to get enough sleep to play the game some more. I beat it in that week, and I had so much fun. That game is incredible. The world is huge. Playing it for the first time, I was like, I feel like a kid again. Like, sometimes you know how you play a game and you get about halfway through and you're like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know. I should probably be doing something productive. But this game never even crossed my mind. Yeah. The loading screen, exactly. Like, oh. But not this game. Loading screen, I was like thinking about, okay, what am I going to do next? How should I solve this puzzle? Like, if you've played it at all, you know it's addictive. And like, there's one moment where you find the Master Sword, and the way you find it is so genius. It is just like I made an audible noise when I figured it out. I was like, holy cow, this is an amazing game. And you can climb anywhere. The physics in that game are incredible. Like, it makes the game endlessly replayable because like you can do so much, like light the grass on fire, get a parachute, and fly across the map, you know, or that, like, if you watch like videos now, people are like throwing bombs under their feet and blowing up to the other side of the map. I never got that crazy, but the game itself is just awesome. Sometimes you'll beat a dungeon and you'll feel like you're cheating because it's like, what was this how they wanted me to solve this, or am I just breaking the game? But that's part of the fun of it. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that game rules. If you haven't played that game, play that game. At least a
little. Heck, yeah. And so I don't own a Switch, and I haven't played any games on Switch, but I've played this game. Okay, so I'm a big fan of the older Zelda games, and so when I heard about this one, I heard somebody talking about it. It wasn't you actually this time, but somebody else was talking about the Zelda games. This one, or this newest one. I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. And like you said, just the fact that you can just climb almost anything, you know, and being able to interact with so many different things in it, pretty awesome.
And the music, man, like the music's so simple, but it's like the piano, like games still try to. I think the new Pokemon game, they walked out and you're like, okay, they're trying to do a Breath of the Wild kind of piano like riff as you look over the cliffside, and it was pretty for the Switch. It's incredible. It's like such a smart way to use the graphics because like the game looks good. And
exactly.
You know, the hardware for the Switch is weak sauce, but
agreed. Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It still looks good.
Yeah, which makes it all that much more special. Yeah, because it's so unique. Yeah, to that.
Yeah, if they tried for the realism, they would have. Well, they'd probably landed like my second game that I'm going to talk about. So yeah. I think that if Zelda had tried to be realistic, it would have landed like Skyrim on the Switch, which is my second game, Skyrim. Boy, I love Skyrim. And like I said, it alternates with Zelda Breath of the Wild all the time, like 1 and 2 and 3, 2 and 3 there. But man, playing this game for the first time was like a revelation in what video games could be. Like, you turn it on, there's the epic orchestra chanting music, and then you know you go through the incredibly long intro that is like a meme by now, which is hilarious. But even that, I'm kind of nostalgic for. I like doing that. But man, you walk through that game and every frame is a painting. You know, it's like dramatic views everywhere you go. You know, the exploration is unmatched. You know, I've played this game so many times and I've never played it the same way twice. I keep finding new things that happen in that game. And like, I dogged the graphics earlier, and yeah, the graphics are still pretty bad, but somehow the game still feels beautiful. I think it's because of like those dramatic views everywhere. But you know, you look down and the texture is just a flat plane. The immersion's gone, but I still play the game. It's still amazing. The quests, golly, the writing in this game, like it takes so many twists and turns, and like everything escalates. Like, you know, you walk in, you're like, I'm going to ruin this one quest. If you haven't played Skyrim, play Skyrim. I don't know what you're doing, but there's one quest where you walk in and into this abandoned hut, and there's one guard there, and he's like, hey, are you here for the skooma? And you're like, I guess so. And then he leads you to a basement, and then there's all these people like being drugged, and you're like, holy cow, this is like an undercover skooma thing. And then all of a sudden it goes a level deeper. You like bust that, and you see, holy cow, this is a cover for a vampire lair. And then you're fighting vampires, and you discover, okay, there's a master vampire in here that's like feasting on a town, and they're using the skooma to like drug these people, drag them in so that he can eat them. And it's like, that's such good writing. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just you just discover that, that's not even part of the main quest.
Yeah. Well, that's what that game. Just there's so many hours you can play it. I mean, endless hours, because there's just always something you can find.
Yeah, and like combat gets stale, and like it's old now for sure. But there's so many like skill trees that you can make it fun. Like I never get bored of the combat, even though it's so basic. Because they just give you so many customizable options.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it's just so open. I mean, I think I've personally witnessed you play this game for about a month, probably.
Dude,
at your house. So I mean, it's just there's so many hours that you can
when this game came out, it like absorbed my life. So
I mean, because I think I've seen you like as a whole. I think I've seen you play this game for about a month, probably. Like that's how, and that's not even half. I mean, this game, you could play it forever. I mean, and still be fun and stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I know. Now there are mods for the PC to make it even better, but I just mostly play the base game because I don't know. Well, mostly because it's on the Switch, and that's been the easiest thing for me to play right now. But
yeah, and then so my number 2, we got the video game called Gun. Okay, you probably haven't heard of this game. It kind of came and went by.
Dude, I love your picks. They're so deep.
So these are way different from the video games I play now. I mean, you talk to me now, and I play, 2K online, Warzone. Madden online, and Warzone. That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't play any story mode games. I don't play any story mode games. Mainly all sports and war games. And if it's not online, I don't play it. But hey, these made me the game I am today. I wouldn't be in the greatest of all time category in 2K if it would have.
Right.
Yeah, maybe, but. All right, so this game. All right, so Gun. I played this game on the Xbox 360, so it's been a while. So if you don't know what this game is, which probably the majority of you don't, Brett, can assume you don't. But basically, think like so Red Dead Redemption before Red Dead Redemption. Okay, so it's like GTA almost. So basically, Grand Theft Auto open world Wild West game. All right, so if you've ever seen the TV show Westworld, kind of similar to that. So you can basically just ride around on a horse. You can.
You're telling me this game is like Westworld?
I mean, not necessarily robot-wise, but I'm saying, imagine, okay, so if Westworld was real life, like you could go to that park, like this is what the park is, okay? So basically, you can be a cowboy, you can ride around, you can help people, you can do the opposite of helping people if you want. Not going to get into those specifics here, but I mean, it's a good game. So think GTA, but Wild West, so... Yeah, you get to ride on horseback, though, instead of riding in cars. And this game is just amazing. Like, kind of similar to Skyrim as far as open world. And you've got basically stuff you can interact with all over, So basically, no matter where you go, no matter what saloon you walk into, no matter what bar you walk into, there's going to be something that you can do there. Even if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you'll come across somebody that's got a horse or that has a wanted sign that you have to go find this person that they want you to find. And so there's just endless hours of fun that you can have with this game. But it was awesome. I mean, you kind of just have free reign. So it's got a little story mode, but also you can kind of just roam around, you can do whatever you want. And basically you're just a cowboy in the Wild West. And I mean, the world is yours. You can do whatever the heck you want.
That sounds very much like Red Dead.
Yeah.
Have you played Red Dead?
Yeah, I have played Red Dead, and I've actually, I mean, I'm in the process of beating the second one currently because I know it's way years later. But
oh man,
internet was down one day, so decided to play it instead of my online stuff, But yeah, I mean, so basically Red Dead before Red Dead, and I don't know if Red Dead took any inspiration from this or not, but it's pretty similar to my number 1 game as far as some of the aspects, but not necessarily Wild West was.
Okay, what's your number 1 game?
All right, so number 1, I've got similar. So basically, open world game. Think GTA, but think GTA, but at a high school level. Okay, so high school version of GTA, and we've got Bully. All right, so you may have heard of this game. It's called Bully.
I have.
And so I've replayed this game so many freaking times, man. I'll be honest. So similar to my number two, like Gun. It's basically, again, like I said, GTA, but the high school version. All right, so freaking Jimmy Hopkins is the main character. You can customize, and I'm a big fan of being able to customize stuff. So you can customize your hair, your outfit, shoes. I mean, everything. So you can go to town, get a haircut, buy some different clothes. You can go to school. If you don't go to school, the hall monitor or the prefects is what they're called in this. They're going to come find you. If you get out of line, the prefects or the cops are going to search for you. So like they would in GTA, your star rating goes up. But basically, the more trouble you get into, basically, the more they're going to try to find you. So basically, the stars on GTA, but like you're in high school.
But high school.
Yes, you got to fight this dude named Russell. All right, so he's this big old dude. Think Waterboy. Think Waterboy. This big old dude you got to fight, and he's just this little kid in high school. And this dude, he's a monster. Like he's the Waterboy, pretty much. And so you basically the point of this game is you have to help all these different groups of people. So every different clique. So you've got the jock group, you've got the nerd group, you've got the cheerleaders, you've got the science club, you got basically a whole bunch of different clubs, and so you end up kind of having to help every which group come together in some way. And so basically at certain points they don't like you, and then other points they will like you, and so you kind of have to fight every group and then also befriend every group throughout the whole game. And similar, after you beat it, it's just open world, so you can just roam around and do whatever. And it's just an amazing game. They actually got a remastered version now on the PS4 and Xbox One if you ever want to try it.
That's the only reason I know about it, because ain't no way I played that game when I was younger.
Exactly. Because it was PS2, so it's been out a long time.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I had no desire to play that game, but now I have a little bit. If it's your number one game, that's saying something.
Man, it's pretty fun, man. My brother actually sent me a video the other day that he was playing it on PS4, the remastered one, because we both played it on PS2. So it's still
proud brother
day,
moment. You're like,
still fun to this day.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a try. I guess you tell me you watched How to Train Your Dragon 2, and I'll tell you I played.
We'll do that. All right, so what do you got number one?
I got number one. So it's kind of cheating on the list, but I'm just going to put Pokemon. If there's a pie chart of how I've spent my life, like time of my life, I bet Pokemon would take up a visible amount of that chart. Like I've played a lot of Pokemon. I remember it's the first video game that I ever got. I remember getting it at my grandparents' house and putting it into the Game Boy Advance and sitting on the couch, playing it for a little bit more, and then remember holding it and thinking, this is like a moment in my life. Like this is changing the way that my life is going to go. Because I was like, this is incredible. I don't know. Pokemon Crystal, still, I play that once a year just kind of because nostalgia, but also because I just like the game a lot. And it's like the Johto version. It was like, oh, you only thought there were 150 Pokemon. Well, now there's 170 something. And now there's even more than that. And they keep reiterating it, and they don't change the formula because they don't have to. They know fighting through an escalating, challenging region with your selected group of little monsters isn't going to get old for anybody. It hasn't gotten old in 20 plus years. And it's like a game I can't wait to play with my son one day. It's just really cool. And it's kind of a wholesome game. It's definitely something that anyone of any age can enjoy. I don't know if I would give it to you now and say, hey, you should play Pokemon for the first time ever as a 20-something-year-old adult. But I think you might could still enjoy it. Plenty of 20-year-olds enjoy it like I do. And I don't know. It's just great. It's a great franchise. There's a reason. It's like my comfort food. I know I'm not alone. There's a reason it's the largest franchise in the world. I think it's pushing $118 billion worth of I don't know, I guess merchandise, but crazy success, Pokemon.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Pokemon, and we don't always play the same type of games, but Pokemon, man, that you go, you think about how far back it goes. Because
Yeah,
I can remember playing on the Game Boy Color.
It's been around since we've been alive. For sure.
Playing on Nintendo 64. I mean, and that's even before that. I mean, and there's so many different things you can do with it. Whether it's the Battle Royale game, whether it's just simple Pokemon on Game Boy Color.
So many
like
spin-offs. Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. Yeah, that was
Pokemon Go was like our one moment of world peace for like 2 months.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's just there's so many different things you can do with it, and so I mean, I got an Ash Ketchum hat in my closet right now. Actually, I mean,
just a culture shaping franchise.
Exactly. I mean, got to catch them all.
I guess we can move into our sports heavy part of the podcast. So if you're here for sports, hopefully maybe I'll timestamp it so that we can skip to this
if point. You made it to this point, yeah.
We'll go our top 3 sports moments. What?
No. So if you made it to this point, you're our number 1 fan because you're our only fan.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Grandma. She got a shout out. She got a shout out in the episode. Oh gosh! All right.
I can start us off on this one.
Do it.
All right. So diving into the sports category. All right. So starting number 3 for me. So basically, on all 3 of these, we're going to have some of my favorite teams as far as their more recent moments that were pretty good. So as a Texas fan, it might be a little less recent, unfortunately. But
yeah.
All right. So, but number 3. All right. So, not only am I a Texas fan, but I'm also a huge Ohio State fan. So coming in number 3, we've got their Classic. 2014 College Football Playoff Championship. So if you remember that one, so they won. That was the first year ever of the College Football Playoff back in 2014, and the Buckeyes won it. So their team was pretty stacked. I mean, they had, you got Zeke, you got Curtis Samuel, Michael Thomas. Then on D, you got Eli Apple, Von Bell, Joey Bosa. I mean, all NFL players. So, I mean, the team was pretty legit. So beside them, I mean, so you had Braxton Miller and JT Barrett at quarterback. And so basically before the year, Braxton Miller gets hurt, and he's been an All-American before this, for a couple years. And JT Barrett comes in, does some work, even though Braxton Miller got hurt. So JT Barrett comes in as the backup, and then leads them to the Big Ten championship. So, I mean, he's been balling. He's been getting after it. And then in the regular season finale against Michigan, JT Barrett gets injured. All right. And so now we got to go to the 3rd string quarterback. And so my man Cardale Jones steps in and balls out. He just goes off in the championship. And so in the Big Ten championship, we just beat the crap out of Wisconsin, 59-0. All gas, no brakes, baby. All gas, no brakes.
Holy crap! I forgot about that.
I think I just said all gas, no grapes. So let me go back to that one. All right. So after they beat the crap out of Wisconsin, after they just destroy them and steamroll them in the college, or after they just steamroll them in the Big Ten championship, they go on to beat 2 of the best teams in the college football playoff. So, I mean, they beat Alabama in the semifinal first off, so they got the bad matchup on that one. So they make the semifinal, beat Alabama 42-35. Cardale Jones, 3rd stringers, had to step in. I mean, playing the 3 biggest games of his life. I mean, Big Ten championship, college football semifinal, and then the college football playoffs final, which is going to be in a second. So they beat Bama. Then they go on to beat Oregon 42-20. I mean, imagine that. Your first 3 games as starter, Big Ten championship, semifinal, and then the college football championship. I mean, you can't beat that. That's if you want. I mean, if you're a competitor, throw me in. I mean, it sucks that our quarterback went down, but for the 3rd stringer to be able to come in and then lead you to a championship, I mean, that's freaking unheard of. And even though the team was pretty stacked, I mean, just being able to watch this team go to work and win the first college football playoff, and having a 3rd string quarterback while doing it, pretty awesome. And spoiler alert, they're going to win it again this year, but we'll get to that later.
Cardale, I think he rode those 3 games to a high draft pick just to fizzle out in the league.
He didn't do much after that, but
no.
but which made it actually.
He literally played 3 games, and then his last one was an NFL game, and you're like,
because
okay.
I mean, him doing this made it so difficult for them the next year because all 3 of them came back the next year. So I mean, you have to choose. Like, okay, so he was the 3rd stringer. We've got Braxton Miller, so let's move him to receiver, and then you got JT Barrett, which is a better quarterback than Cardale Jones, but Cardale Jones just won us a freaking championship. So what do we do? I mean, So, and then, yeah.
Also, fun fact, I think you know this, but I went to middle school with JT Barrett.
You did, yes. I mean, yeah, not most people
that's
could say
right.
that. So, yeah.
Claim to fame.
Yeah, shout out to JT Barrett.
Shout out, if JT's listening. All right, my third place top 3 sports moment is the Josh Hamilton Home Run Derby. Have you watched this, or did you watch it at the time?
I did watch this, actually. So when the Rangers were kind of having their run of being good, I really started watching baseball a lot. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I can remember this. Yeah, I can remember
this. This is like peak. So, basically, I've always loved baseball. Yeah. Well,
just one.
Yeah. No. This is a little after that. Peak steroid era. That was Bonds and McGuire and anyways, that's off topic. But I've always loved baseball, but I didn't always love watching it. I think it's like a sport that you grow to love as you get older. Like now, I watch every game if I can, and I soak it all in. But at the time, I was just like, it's a slower sport. I'll stick to watching football, sometimes basketball. But boy, this home run derby, like I never watched the All-Star stuff, but that was like Josh Hamilton was our guy. So I watched this home run derby, and it was incredible. Like they're chanting his name. Do you remember how like the format is in those home run derbies?
It's different now, right? I mean, it's
it's different now
than it was back then. So yeah. Then
do you remember it though?
I don't remember exactly what it was like because I know it's changed since.
So the old format was you had 10 outs, meaning you hit the ball
10 non-home runs or something.
Yes, 10 non-home runs. Yes, that's the best way to say it. And so he hit 28 home runs and set the record in that format. 28 home runs out of, I guess, 38 pitches. 28 of them were home runs.
Jeez.
And his swing is just so pure. Like watching it, it's beautiful. It's like watching home runs is always satisfying, but there's something like gratifying about watching Josh Hamilton swing a bat. I don't know. It's just so smooth. I watched so much Rangers baseball after that. It was really just to watch him for a long time. And then it was just, now I'm a Texas Ranger fan through and through. But man, Josh Hamilton's swing and that moment, it was one of the most incredible things I've ever watched. He didn't win it. There's a theme with the home run derby. Like whoever does the best doesn't normally win it. But
tire yourself out in that first round.
Exactly.
It's gonna catch you.
You put on a show, and then you're at the end, and you're swinging. You can barely feel your arms, and your whole body hurts. But dude, it was awesome. Kind of made me start loving watching baseball. So that was a big
hopefully
one.
The Rangers can get back to that soon. That level that they had during that little time period.
Yeah, fired old JD. That's another thing. I love JD as a GM, just because it's like we almost did it. We were so close, just so close. But anyways, that's another thing.
Yeah.
You want to go to number 2? You want mine?
Yeah, I got it. If you want, All right. So now coming in at number 2 for me on my top sports moments, we've got staying in the same year as my first one. We've got the Spurs 2014 NBA championship. So basically, this one was tough. Okay, because we should have won it the year before in 2013. Pop, what the heck are you doing? But we'll get to that in a second. So basically, the Spurs get revenge on the Heat's big three. So, LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, not one, not two. That team, basically. So, like I said, we should have won it the year before. They even rolled out the freaking O'Brien trophy before Ray Allen hit the three. Pop, man, I don't know. You let me coach the team. We would have won a championship. But put Tim Duncan in the freaking game. That's all I got to say. Okay, so he got our best player of all time. You take him out for the rebound. I mean, we had the game sealed. They rolled out the trophy. Even the NBA thought we were winning. The NBA thought we had the championship in the bag. All we had to do was get the rebound. It's game over. And you take out the best player in Spurs history that would have got the rebound. What the heck are you thinking? I don't know. I digress. But anyways, so, this series really had the emergence of my boy Kawhi. All right, so 22-year-old Kawhi shows up, balls out. Primary defender on LeBron, locks him up, averages 17.8 points a game. This is Kawhi. And eventually he's going to win Finals MVP in this series. But this is the real introduction to Kawhi.
That dude, he felt like such a Spurs player. I cannot believe what happened.
We don't got to talk about that.
Keep going. Keep living in the good times.
Spurs fan. That kills me as a Spurs fan because we had another 20 years of excellence. And we just, I mean, we had to disagree with him. If your best player's hurt, he's hurt. Okay, let him say he's hurt. I'm fine with it. But anyways, okay. So yeah, Kawhi would win his first Finals MVP in this 2014 Finals. So locking up LeBron, going off, scoring 18 a game, and so leading the Spurs to their first title since 2007. And Spurs won't be winning another one anytime soon. That's all I gotta say. But so this one's got a special place in my heart because, we're not gonna win another one anytime soon since y'all ran Kawhi off. But
you're not bitter.
We'll leave it at that. Pop retire already.
Pop, if you're listening to this, we'd love to have you on. We can have an interview with Ashton.
We might have to cut some of this.
I can believe you.
I want district championship up.
Yeah. Watch who you're talking to. All right. My number 2, I just got to say I'm a Mavs fan. So my number 2 or my number 1 should probably be the 2011 championship. But it's not. Sorry, Dirk. I'm going through. I was trying to do the 3 moments of my 3 favorite sports, and NBA basketball is just my 4th favorite sport. So it just got out of the top 3. My second moment is Super Bowl 49, the Malcolm interception.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can picture that. Right.
I didn't have a dog in the race for this one. I'm a Cowboy fan, and unfortunately, since I've been born, the Cowboys decided they were going to just be terrible. So
I'm the only Patriots fan around here, so not too many of us.
I mean, well, you're a Texas fan, an Ohio State fan, a Patriots fan, a Spurs fan. We can kind of tell what fan you are, Ashton, and that's okay.
Texas sucks now, so I don't know. I'm not sure your argument holds
Texas.
up,
Well, Texas. That's
okay.
That's why you're an Ohio State fan. That's what I'm saying. You're the classic Texas fan.
No.
Sorry, this is not dog Ashton time. This is my second favorite
team podcast. What the hell is this?
Yeah, what are we doing? But yeah, dude, this game was incredible. It was I think it might be my favorite NFL game. It's the one that I remember the most. So it was so back and forth, and it ended in such an absurd and unpredictable way. Have you on YouTube? Have you seen the Secret Base YouTuber? He has a video on this that you should watch. It's phenomenal.
No, I would say, you're right. I mean, the Seahawks had it in the bag. So,
dude, in the bag.
All they had to do was not do this. All they had to do was not do what they did.
Yeah.
And so, that ruined.
And you said you're a Patriots fan. I think I'm a Tom Brady fan, just because I like saying we were around to watch the greatest QB of all time.
Yeah, and I was
kind of like saying I was there when Babe Ruth played baseball.
Yeah, and so that's kind of what I would say. Mainly, I don't know. I won't even necessarily call me a Patriots fan, but I'm a non-hater. It's more of a respecter.
Yes.
I respect what they do.
We're there. Yeah, that's how
I'm a Spurs fan. Patriots, I'm a respecter. I respect what they do.
Yes.
Bill Belichick. Yeah.
Okay, it's a little more respectable. And back then the Seahawks were annoyingly good. Something about them just rubbed me the wrong way, and they were entertaining with Marshawn, but they're they're self-named Legion of Boom, and them calling everyone was calling Brady Wash at the beginning of that season. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think this game just proved that football is just the best sport. It's just this game really solidified that in my mind.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you. The Super Bowl is the biggest event of the year, and when it's good and when it's this good, when it comes down to the last play, you can't beat that.
It's so great.
Even
when I didn't have a person in the fight, I was just like, this
exactly.
is such a good...
People that don't even watch football watch Super Bowl because it's just such a big event, and when it's a good one, you can't top that.
All right, you want to give your number 1?
You got it, because I got something to say.
I got it. So I think you might know what my number 1's going to be. You are a Texas fan, and I am a Texas Tech fan, and there's only one time where I could really hang my hat on being the Red Raider fan over the Texas fan, and that is 2008, the Crabtree catch. This, if you can't tell, this 2008 year sparked my love of sports. The home run derby, this catch. Such a good year. And as a lifelong Tech fan, this is obvious number 1 choice for me. If you remember, that game started with a safety, and we were just piling it on. and then y'all came back and actually took the lead in the fourth, and then that was like, oh, classic Texas Tech choke. And then we almost did choke it. Y'all dropped the interception on the game-winning drive.
Gideon.
Yep. Such a good guy. I mean, if I could give that guy some money, I would, because he gave us a moment in history.
Yeah, if I remember your name as a safety, not good.
Yeah, it's not good. But yeah, that Crabtree catch happened, and I stayed up all night replaying that moment in my head. I mean, I even watch those highlights now, like often, mostly because we don't have anything recent to really be happy about. But man, I'm with you there. I love college football more than any other sport. There's just something about it. The pageantry of it, the stadiums. Like, pro football is great, and the athletes are probably just superior throughout the league. But there's something about having, like, everyone in college was the best player in their high school, and sometimes like the best player their high school ever produced. And then they're going up against everyone else's best player. And it's like, sometimes you have a guy who's going to be like a lawyer, and he's going against a guy who's going to be a 9-time Pro Bowl, and they're going to be on the same field. And sometimes that lawyer is going to beat the Pro Bowler. And it's just, it's so cool. And that's kind of like a metaphor for like the whole thing of like, there's just such underdogs that if an underdog wins in college football, it just means more. Like, so what if the Browns beat the Patriots? Everyone's a professional, It's like, there's no 100%. Real victory there other than like, it's hard to win an NFL game, but not much of it. I mean, it's an upset, but it's not shocking. It's not a moment that people will like cling to forever.
Yeah. When every game just
college football, college sports, just they produce those moments in a way that pro sports cannot.
I'm with you 100%. I mean, even talking about how we just talked about the Super Bowl being such a big sport or such a big deal. I mean, college football, by far my favorite sport to watch. And then the college basketball tournament also, just, college, like you were saying, in general, just can't, can't top it. And in college football, every game just means so much. I mean, I can remember as far as what you're talking about that year, because Texas and Oklahoma, all three of them was like, which one are we going to pick to go to the college football championship? Yeah, the national championship, because all three of them lost to each other. So it's like, what do we do here? Which one do we put in? And so, I mean, it's just every game means so much. I mean, and
that was
like you
peak
said,
Big 12 too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because Tech was legit when we talking about now. I mean, that was Oklahoma, Texas, and Tech are all in top 5. I mean, during this time. All right, so commenting on your number one. First off, shout out Chris Beard. But so opposite of your number one, hey, hook 'em, baby. Hook 'em. All right, so like I said at the beginning of this podcast, I was going to be in sports.
We got Mark Adams. We're better off.
Yeah. I mean, maybe for now, because you still got Chris Beard's players, but for now. But so like I said, I'd be reliving, the best, most recent moment, in my team's history, I guess. So as a Texas fan, it's been rough for a little bit. Last year was rough, but we're on the up and up. Going back to number one. All right, so obviously Vince Young, so there could only be one, and then the Longhorn fan in me automatically goes to that Rose Bowl game with Vince Young versus USC, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart. I mean, epic game. They still, they show this game every year on ESPN just because it's that classic of a game. I mean, it's the battle for the ages, granddaddy of them all, and, the Rose Bowl. I can still remember watching this game. I mean, as a kid, hold on, were we kids then? I don't know, but
yeah, we were definitely kids. Were we kids then?
Let me start this.
Bro, you were like, you were less than 10 years old.
You're right. 9, I think. Yeah. But I can still remember watching this movie, jumping on the couch when Vince Young ran in that last touchdown at the right pylon. I can still remember just jumping up on the couch, going crazy. Hook 'em, baby.
Man, I'm not even a Texas fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard not to. I mean, because it's kind of like with USC, kind of like what we talked about the Patriots. Like they were so good at that time. It's like, man, we hate these guys. We hate this team. And so seeing the team basically, or I say team, but Vince Young, basically.
Yeah.
And they had some NFL players too, but Vince Young, I mean, that's what, they said, I think, because next year we got Arch Manning coming in, and he's the highest rated recruit since Vince Young. Just not even just Texas, just in general and college football.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Vince Young was just a monster. I mean, and being able to take down, Reggie Bush, Lindell White, Matt Leinart. I mean, that team, and Pete Carroll. I mean, we just talked about him being in the Super Bowl. I mean, I forget he was the coach of that team. But, I mean, yeah, that was a game for the ages. Like I said, they still showed on ESPN every year. And, I mean, hey, speaking of Texas, we're back. Arch Manning, baby.
Dude. Oh,
all gas, no brakes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you say it every year, one year it'll be true.
It's got to happen eventually, right?
No.
I mean, maybe not.
No, I hope not.
After we fire Sark, maybe it'll happen.
Yeah, when y'all go to the SEC and get y'all's teeth kicked in every week. All right. We'll just move on to do you have more to say on that? That game was amazing. That game was awesome. Spectacular.
Nah, I'll leave it at that. I'm good.
That's a game I'll watch still, too, and I don't even have a dog in the fight. It's just so great.
That good.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think we're gonna try to wrap this up with our 3 predictions for the college football season. So today was the start, week 0. Poor Nebraska. I can't believe they let Scott Frost on the flight back home.
Yeah,
they might have to kick him off and give him a visa, make him get his own.
Yeah, and I had to edit one of these last minute because I was about to be all in on the Casey Thompson sleeper Heisman train, because I thought on Nebraska last year
he played pretty well.
But I mean, I didn't realize, even as a Texas fan, I didn't realize he led the Big 12 in touchdown passes last year.
Yeah,
dude, I was like, holy cow!
I knew he tore
he didn't
Texas
play all the
Tech
games.
up.
He played like 5 games, I think, because we had they put Card in too. So he played more than that. Holy Lord. But as far as entire, because I didn't realize he led the Big 12 in touchdown passes. That was crazy. But I thought Nebraska would be a lot better. But maybe they'll turn around. But losers find a way to lose, so I doubt it.
Clearly.
But all right, so I'll start with my third bold prediction, and we'll go a little rapid fire here so I can wrap it up. But my third one, all right, so this one's going to be a little off the wall, a little off the radar, and so it's more of a sleeper pick. But coming at number 3, all right, so Spencer Rattler will be a Heisman finalist, and South Carolina's going to win the SEC East. All right.
Holy crap.
This one's a pretty bold prediction, but not too long ago, going into last season, before the season started, Spencer Rattler, if you would have looked at the mock drafts before last season, Spencer Rattler would have been the number 1 pick. In all the mock drafts. He was that high. And so it's crazy how quick he falls off.
Heisman favorite.
Caleb Williams takes, Heisman favorite, going to go in the first round, probably would have been the number 1 pick if he wouldn't have played last year, like the people who take that route. But man, how the mighty have fallen. So quickly, So was a 5-star recruit, and the dude was winning games. So he's won a ton of games already as a starting quarterback.
His line just let him down.
Exactly. Lincoln Riley was just so eager to get Caleb Williams on the field, and not Caleb Williams is awesome. He is, but I still believe in
so Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm telling you now, the dude's due for a major bounce back year, and he's about to ball out. He won
South Carolina though.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough, but so his tight end came with him to South Carolina, and that doesn't mean everything. But they had an all right year last year with Shane Beamer and Spencer Rattler.
There you go.
Spencer Rattler won. Spencer Rattler won 14 straight games as OU starter, including a Big 12 championship when he was QB1. He threw for 40 touchdowns, almost 5,000 yards as a starter. And in addition to him and the tight end, they got some nice transfers in. And Shane Beamer, last year they didn't even have a quarterback. If you remember that last year, they took one of the grad assistant, or he wasn't even a grad assistant. But
that guy from Iowa State.
Well, and before
Zeb or something.
Yeah. So they didn't have a guy. They didn't have a quarterback on the roster that was starting week 1. They had a guy that came in right before. It was hey, be the starter, So they didn't have a scholarship quarterback, and and they still won. I think 5 or 6 games. So, Gamecocks are about to take off, and then Dome versus Bama for the SEC championship. Bama's probably going to win that one, but that's my third bold prediction.
These are supposed to get more bold as you go, right? You're not starting with the most bold. You go they're gonna pretty bold, bolder, most bold. So you're starting with most bold. I don't know. That's very bold.
Just wait. We'll see.
Okay, yeah. See, well, mine's going to sound weak sauce compared to yours, but my third bold prediction is Will Anderson wins Heisman. You know his stats last year? He had 91 tackles, 31 tackles, 31 and a half tackles for a loss, 15 and a half sacks, and 9 quarterback hurries. He led the nation in the tackles for loss and in the sacks category. The guy who was in the running for the Heisman, Hutchinson, who is great. He's a great player.
Yeah,
58 tackles. He had the same amount of tackles for he had 15.5 tackles for a loss, 14 sacks, and 12 quarterback hurries, 2 fumbles forced, 3 passes broken up. So like his stats were not even near Will Anderson's. Like,
jeez,
how did they? I think the Heisman voters screwed him last year, and they don't like giving the award to the same player twice. Like Bryce Young, like if Bryce Young goes off, Alabama's great again. They're probably going to give the award to another guy on Alabama, and I think it's going to be Will Anderson. Now, the only reason I think this right now, his odds are plus 2,000, the 4th best odds. So it's really not that bold.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think it's bold because only 2 defensive players have ever won the award. Ernie Davis in 1961 and Charles Woodson in 1979 or 1997. But they both played some offense. So, like, Woodson was a receiver, so he barely even counts. So, I think that's – I don't know. I think that's pretty bold if that happens.
I mean, you're right. I mean, I think that's pretty bold because, I mean, like you said, both of them played offense, so they kind of had some extra or they had the easier path to win the Heisman than he will. But, I mean, those stats, I didn't realize he had that much better stats.
It was that much better.
Hayden Hutchinson. That's crazy.
I know. I don't think people realized it.
I'm assuming, I would guess, I'd have to say probably since Bryce Young was there, they didn't want to have 2 Bama players there, So I guess that's the only reason that they would do that. But yeah, it's unreal, man. So that's crazy. And he's a monster. He'll probably be the number 1 pick, I think, this year.
I mean, I would want him to be the number 1
unless he's only a sophomore. I can't.
But
he'll be. He'll be the number 1 pick next year for sure.
Yeah, he should be. As long as he doesn't get hurt. Even if he does get hurt, he might still get it.
Yeah. All right. So number 2. You sure you're ready for this one?
I guess.
We'll see in a minute. All right. But all right. So I'm being for real this time. We're back. All right. Texas about to win the Big 12 championship this year, baby.
Blah.
I'm not giving a college football playoff prediction. They're not there yet.
Thank goodness.
I don't necessarily trust, but in Quinn Ewers, I do trust. Okay, so the highest.
I heard the boosters made him the starter.
Hey, I mean, he might have, but at a certain point, you gotta let the guy ball out. I mean, highest rated quarterback since Vince Young, probably the highest paid quarterback since Vince Young, but ever. I won't say in comparison to Vince Young, but he's probably the highest paid quarterback ever in college, and maybe in the NFL, but he's about to wear out some Big 12 defenses. Long story short, all right. Yeah. So at a certain point, I mean, not only Ewers, but bringing in this much talent, something's got to give. Even if your coaching's a little questionable, even if your play calling's a little questionable, I mean, at a certain point, with that much talent, something's got to give, And so, not gonna lie, I think every game they lost last year, they were up at some point. So every game they lost, they were leading, and it's a crazy stat. Hard to believe. I mean, their motto is all gas, no brakes. I mean, stop laying on the brakes. Let's go. You got to mean it. I mean, I got a shirt that says all gas, no brakes. I don't believe it. Let me see it. Don't say it, do it. But I mean, you got one of the best players in college football, in Bijan Robinson. He's one of the top 5 in the preseason Heisman list. You got some really good transfers in. You got the Bama tight end, Jaleel Billingsley. You got an Ohio State corner, Ryan Watts. You got another Bama receiver that came in. Then you receiver Ajee Hall. And then they had another receiver actually from Wyoming, and Isaiah Nayor, but he's out for the season actually. Just got hurt in practice, tore his ACL for the year. So that's going to hurt a little bit. But they've got Jordan Whittington coming back. The offense is going to be stacked. I mean, with those transfers and also who they already have, I mean, I don't know how you stop them. But basically, this is a little bit of Texas being up and then a little bit of the Big 12 being down. So, I mean, I don't think Oklahoma is going to be as good this year under Venables. I mean,
I agree.
Dylan Gabriel will be okay, but I think they're being a little overhyped. They shouldn't be in the top 10 in the preseason. I think they're way overhyped.
A Texas fan is saying
Hey, Texas ain't ranked this year. Texas ain't ranked this year. But I mean, do you agree that Oklahoma should be in the top 10 this year?
Yeah, probably.
Because I mean, new coach, and they lost a lot. They lost a ton of transfers. Man. I don't know. And
the rankings are just
they're so
the preseason rankings are all just like
nothing
TV like matchups and stuff. Mm-hmm. So,
but yeah, I think
that's why y'all are always ranked.
Yeah, we're not this year, so that's why I'm thinking we'll get the opposite effect. Maybe maybe we'll climb up a little bit.
I mean, we'll do the same song and dance every year. So,
to be honest, I'm surprised we're not because they do like to overhype us a little bit. But I'll take it. I'll take the underdog role. But yeah, Oklahoma's down. Then Oklahoma State lost their D coordinator to Ohio State. And so Oklahoma State was in the Big 12 championship last year. They lost a little bit, lost their coordinator, and their defense was really good last year. So that's going to be a big loss and a big gain for Ohio State. But Baylor will be okay, I think, but nothing special. I think they're a little overhyped in the polls as well. I mean, they were good last year. I mean, then when Oklahoma State won it in the Big 12 championship, I think they'll be okay, just not, I don't know. I think their coach is good. Aranda's good, but I don't know. I just don't think they have that talent, and they're solid. I mean, they may be there. I think it'll be them or Oklahoma State playing in the championship, against Texas. But I don't think all these should be in the
I've definitely 10. Got something to say about that, but maybe we save it for.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But all that, all these teams being a little iffy, a little down, recipe for a Texas Big 12 championship. Now I'm not saying they're going to beat Bama week 2 or anything. I'm not saying that, so I'm not going too bold. I'm not saying we're beating Bama week 2, but hey,
how do you think y'all do against Bama week 2?
Baby steps.
How bad y'all lose?
And maybe Saban will take it easy on Sarkisian a little bit. Since it's his former coordinator.
He definitely has that. He definitely has that vibe, doesn't he?
I mean, first off, who's scheduled this game? Why are we playing Bama? But can we play Alabama State? But maybe at least now if we lose, it's okay. If we lose,
you still haven't answered my question. How bad do you think y'all are going to lose?
Man, ask me next week. Let me see us against UTSA. But right now, I would say maybe we can hang. I think we can hang with them. We're not going to beat them. I'll go ahead and say that. I think we can hang with them, but I'm going to need to see the offense, and I need to see what Dewars has got. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going off the I'm going off the $5 I chipped in. The boosters. That's all. That's it. But
yeah. I think y'all lose by 24. But
I mean, I'll slip him $1. If we can hang in there a little bit. But hey, baby steps. We're not going to beat Bama, but. Take advantage of the down year in the Big 12. Get a New Year's Six Bowl win. I mean, we got one a few years ago. Now, that was with a different coach. But, hey, one at a time. And then next year, bring in Arch Manning. Let him sit a year behind Quinn. And, hey, we're back. Hook him. Maybe dropping a natty prediction next year. Who knows? We got to see a little bit.
We'll see how this prediction goes first. How about that?
Let's see how this goes. Yeah, let's see, baby steps. Baby steps.
He can't fault you for your confidence.
Appreciate you.
It's funny. I mean, I'm a Tech fan, so my confidence is, hey, maybe we win 8 games this year. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, hey, we had a losing record last year, so I mean, this
true. We made a bowl game.
This prediction could be terrible. I don't know. But like I said, we were up in all the games we lost, so maybe.
Yeah, I think it is a terrible prediction, but we'll see. I mean, you could be right. Playing on that fandom. All right, my number 2 is Pitt makes the playoffs. Last year in Clemson's down year, it was a chance for everyone in the ACC to rise up, and Pitt was the one to do it. They lost, obviously, Kenny Pickett, but they returned all 5 starting linemen. They reload at QB with Kevin Slovis, who threw 30 touchdowns as a freshman at USC. They still have solid weapons at skill positions, even though they lost their best receiver, Addison. They reloaded on the transfer portal. It's kind of like a free agency.
Yeah, exactly.
On defense, they didn't lose hardly anyone, and they finished 2nd in the nation in sacks, 5th in tackles for loss, and had 16 interceptions. And the real reason I picked them to make the playoffs is because I, again, don't really believe in Clemson again because I don't think they have it figured out at quarterback. I don't think DJ how do you say his last name?
Uiagalelei. I don't know. I'd be lying if I told you.
Yeah. Losing our credibility here.
DJU.
I don't think he's it. And the other threat is Miami, who seems to be like the Texas of the ACC, always overhyped, and then they are not that good. Plus, they don't even have to play. Pitt doesn't even have to face Clemson in the year. Like if they face them, it'll be in the ACC championship. Mm-hmm. Yeah, their schedule is good. So I don't know. I kind of discovered this one just looking into like, okay, what do I think about this season? And I was like, holy cow, Pitt has a path. I think they might could do it. Now we'll see quick. I think their first 2 games are like West Virginia, which I'm hyped. I am hyped to watch that game.
They're the first game
rivalry
on Thursday,
renewed.
man. They're that first game next week on Thursday, man. I'm pumped to get home and watch that one. Yeah, it's gonna be good because you got JT Daniels or West Virginia.
JT, yeah, on the other side, yeah. The USC leftovers playing each other.
Transfers freaking everywhere.
Yeah, that's gonna be sweet, and I love that rivalry. And I have some West Virginia fans. If they're listening to this, they're just hating it because they hate Pitt, and so that game's gonna be a blast. Mm-hmm. And then Tennessee is their next game, and if they beat West Virginia and Tennessee, I think they win. I think they win in their ACC schedule. But this prediction is going to look stupid or great within the first 2 weeks. So
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, especially not having to play Clemson till the championship if they were to make it there. Because I mean, that's usually, and that's what I usually say about Clemson is, I mean, they're the big deal is just getting there, So if I can just be undefeated to that time, we get there, and then we can figure out if we can play with Bama when we get there. But
exactly,
the way
normally they can't, but every now and then they can.
And so if the ACC is usually down, I mean, if you can get there, do it. All right, so at number 1, so you just gave your Pitt prediction making the playoffs. So I'm going to go ahead and give you who's making the college football playoff. All 4 teams. All right, so go ahead and mark your calendars. Mark this video, make your bets in Vegas because this is happening. All right. So
we don't condone betting. You do what you want.
Don't condone betting, but if you if you want to listen to this podcast, because you may be on something. But first off, we'll get the obvious ones out of the way. All right. So we'll get the usual suspects. Number 1, obviously Alabama, Roll Tide. Bama's stacked. You got Bryce Young, Will Anderson, like you were just talking about. So maybe the last year's Heisman and this Heisman, if what you predicted comes true. But they're going to be back.
Yeah.
Nick Saban don't miss. Then number 2, and your champion. But at number 2, which these two will be an epic battle in the championship, then. But at number 2, we got the Ohio State Buckeyes. All right, so C.J. Stroud versus Bryce Young, the top 2 quarterbacks in next year's draft. Man, it's gonna be epic. But it's about to go down in the championship. So if this happens, if these two make it to the championship, I think it'll be a good game. But so you got him, then you got Jackson Smith and Jigba, Texas boy, receiver. Booker right now, Buckeyes are going to be the champs, all right? So, number 3, all right, so this is...
Dude, such a homer.
hey, I'm, respect, Hey, now I didn't say Texas is going to be that good, okay? I said the Big 12.
That's true. I mean, you said they're going to win the Big 12, so your team is going to win the Big 12 and win the championship.
Well, hey, I said a combination of Big 12 down, Texas, Texas rising.
I got you.
Getting maybe 7 wins instead of 5, but okay, back on track. All right, so number 3. All right, so you just predicted Pitt to win the ACC because the ACC is a little weak, and so I'm taking Clemson. All right, so number 3, I got Clemson. So I think they're going to be back this year. I'm with you on the questionable quarterback play, but I think the rest of their team is stacked enough because last year they had a down year and still went 10-3.
Get you so far.
Yeah. No, and I'm with you but like I said, last year they had a down year, a so-called down year, and still went 10-3. So not a bad year.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to bounce back because they didn't lose a lot. And the ACC may be a little tougher than usual because NC State's okay this year, I think, and then I think Miami will be all right, and Pitt obviously. But still, it's fairly tame. So I think Dabo will have them back in the playoff this year because I don't think they'll win it, but with the ACC being weaker, like I said, the main part of the game is just getting there. If we can have 1 or 0 losses, chances are we're going to make the playoff. If you can win the champion or win your conference championship. So the first 3 I would consider locks. All right, so I think they're without a doubt. Come December, they're going to make the playoff. All right, number 4, I believe in them because they've got a pretty weak schedule and they're pretty good last year. But this one's not a complete lock, but I think they'll make it. So number 4, I've got Utah. All right, so the Pac-12 is always pretty weak. And USC will be a force this year, but not just yet. You know, I mean, I think they'll be okay, but they're not going to get there just yet. And so, and this is more so Utah. I didn't know what they had last year. Ohio State played them in the Rose Bowl, so that's kind of where I got my first chance at watching them. So they've actually got a Texas transfer quarterback.
Great game.
Great game. Yeah, close game. I mean, it was a good game, entertaining game. But they've actually got a Texas transfer quarterback, so Cameron Rising. And so I didn't realize he had went there when he transferred out. But I mean, they gave Ohio State a run for their money in that Rose Bowl. I mean, and Ohio State was pretty good last year. They've got a lot of the same team coming back, but Utah, man, they gave them.
They jumped on them early.
Yeah, I mean, they won the Pac-12 championship last year, and they've got 13 starters back. So I mean, they've got all the recipe there for if they can get through the week Pac-12 without dropping any. You might even could drop one, to be honest with you. You might could drop one game and still make it, but their schedule's weak enough, I think, and should be tame enough to where I think they can get through the Pac-12 and probably make the playoff.
Yeah, I still think your first prediction is the most wild.
It's pretty off the wall, but hey, and Spencer Rattler, I trust. I've seen him carve up Texas enough to, be a fan. But
my number one, Baylor only wins 6 games. You kind of hinted at it earlier.
Okay.
I think they're only going to win 6 games. They're going to go from winning the Big 12 to just an average team.
See, I actually thought you were going to go the opposite way on my prediction. I thought you were about to say,
you did?
Be really good. Yeah, but I didn't realize you were going to agree.
Yeah, no, dude.
Makes me feel
so the year before, not last year, but the year before that, they were 2-7. 2-7 in that weird COVID year.
Yeah.
And last year they were 4-1 in 1-score games. So, it's likely they're going to regress some. They lost the majority of their skill core and their secondary. They're one of the teams losing the most yardage production in the country. So, passing yards, they only returned 21% with Shapen. In rushing yards, they only returned 14% with McWilliams. And then in receiving yards, they only returned 21% with Sims. So, they really are not getting hardly any of their offense back. Blake Shapen, they ran off Bohannon, their starting quarterback last year that won them the Big 12. And they instead are going in with Blake Shapen, which, I mean, apparently they believe in him. Honestly, the coaches know more than I do. So it's
because you would think,
but I mean, that is a risk.
Yeah, you would think they would wait a little bit, like most people do. Let's try to keep both of them here. But he came out in the spring, didn't he? Randall, and said, no, this guy's the starting quarterback.
Yeah, so this is the guy. I mean, and props to him for not stringing this guy out.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I do like Aranda as a coach. I think he's good.
100%.
I don't know. I just don't think they're going to be as good as they were. I think they're a little overhyped right now. They just don't have the same players. They're not the same team,
Yeah, I'm with you.
And Shapen, he's only played really 3 games, and in one of them he wasn't even very good against Tech, which is where I saw him the most. So I was I think that's colored my perception of him as he's an okay quarterback. Their travel schedule, it's somewhat brutal. They got to go to BYU, Iowa State, Oklahoma, and Texas. And things could really take a turn for them if their defense isn't quite up to what they were in 2021. And their schedule doesn't get easier. It's just kind of it's kind of a tough schedule. So I think they might just be an average team.
Yeah, I mean, because definitely, in addition to the Big 12, BYU's no joke either. I mean, they're in the top 25 preseason as well. So I mean, that's going to be a tough schedule. And I'm with you. I think Delman and Oklahoma State last year, they both played in the Big 12 championship, but it was more like they just didn't lose games. I mean, I don't think they were. Don't necessarily not just
I mean, they were both good teams. They won their
100%.
Games.
Yeah.
But you're right. They weren't
100%. Maybe even good, just not.
I think Oklahoma State has a better chance because they're returning a lot of that same team.
I agree because they've still got their quarterback. So Spencer Sanders. So.
So all right, I mean, good predictions. We'll see what happens over the season. I guess next week we'll trying to keep up with maybe what's going on, what's happening that Saturday.
Yes, we'll bring a little recap of kind of what happened, and then maybe kind of lay out what we saw combined with this week 0 and week 1, and kind of lay out where we might have been wrong and also what we might envision happening. And I know it's don't want to make too many assumptions off of 1 week, but there's some big games next weekend. I don't know if you've looked at it, but there's 3 or 4 top 25 games. Like I didn't realize, even as Ohio State,
I'm so excited.
I didn't realize Ohio State was playing Notre Dame week 1. I didn't realize that. Like that's gonna be a big game. And then you got
big time.
Georgia and Oregon are playing.
And Cincinnati and Arkansas.
I mean, it's for week 1. It's gonna be nice. And then I mean, Houston and UTSA. I mean, that was 2 of the better Power 5 teams last year. Utah's got Florida. I mean, that might be tougher than most of the Pac-12 teams they'll play. I mean, that's a test right there.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, it's going to be.
Do you know, is that one at Utah or is it at Florida?
All right, so yeah, actually Utah's playing in the swamp, so that's going to be that's no easy out. That's
and you've got them going to the playoffs.
That's going to be tough. Well, I mean,
you think they can do it, huh?
Yeah, I think they can. And the good thing about that is, if that's their toughest game, usually if you can drop it week 1 and then win the rest of. No, I still think they'll. I think they'll beat Florida. I think they'll beat Florida because Florida's got a new coach, bringing in Billy Napier, and they weren't as.
Swamp's just so hard to play at.
But
I would definitely agree with you if they were going to Utah.
I mean, yeah, I think they'll win that one. But I mean, either way, if you're gonna lose, you want to lose early. So if you can lose week 1, then win, roll the Pac-12. Because that's their toughest game, almost, in my opinion. I think Florida's better than the majority, if not all, of the Pac-12 teams. Because I think Oregon's pretty overrated this year. Because, I mean, they got a new coach, too. So,
yeah.
Because, I mean, why would he have left if they were that good? But that's going to be a tough one, especially in the swamp. But I think Utah will pull it out because Utah impressed me last year in that Rose Bowl.
I think they got a chance. They got a chance. So you want to end it with something random? Do you have something random?
Yeah, let's
All right, sweet. So my something random is: have you ever seen a fire tornado?
I have not actually. I've never.
You've not seen a fire tornado?
I'd be lying if I said I heard of fire tornado, man.
Yeah, I did not know this was a thing, but fire tornadoes, sometimes called fire devils or fire nados, occur when extreme rising heat is met with turbulent wind conditions. The vortex of a tornado sucks in combustible gases and burning debris and creates a fire tornado. This happened in Los Angeles County, northwestern Los Angeles County, on August 10th. They have a video of it. It's just a helicopter just is like, whoa, what's that? And then they zoom in and it's straight up, there's a tornado of fire. Like,
jeez Louise.
I don't know. Like, yeah, it's in time stuff right there. Yeah, exactly. So I'll put a link in our description if you want to click on it and just see it. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, you got something random?
Yeah, I got one random thing. All right, so kind of piggybacking, talking about the college football stuff that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
All right, so even if you're not an Ohio State fan, you know about their band. All right, so dotting the I, you know how they do on the Ohio. So they write it out, and then they've got the one guy that dots the I for the Ohio.
Uh-huh.
But, all right, so the first band to perform that. All right, so the first band to dot the I. You got to guess who it was. You would guess Ohio State, right?
I would have.
Yeah, so you guess Ohio State, but it wasn't. All right, so it was Michigan. All right, so their biggest rival was the first team to do that. So the first team to make the band dot the I and write out Ohio was Michigan. They did it for Ohio State because their band was bigger at that time. So to be able to do that. But that's crazy stat to me. I mean, or crazy fact.
So wait,
not what you expect.
So the Michigan band,
Michigan started.
The Ohio band was doing it, and then they were like, "Hey, we don't have enough for the I," and the Michigan band helped them.
So the first band to perform this whole thing was the Michigan band, Michigan school band. So
they spelled out Ohio.
Mm-hmm. So the first band to ever perform that was Michigan. Not
people were much kinder back then.
Yeah, because I mean that's their Ohio State.
Ain't a chance they'd do that now.
Ohio State, Michigan is I mean that's the rival for Ohio State. So that's the big game, what they call it. So I mean
that is interesting. I had one in case we wanted to stick to college football stuff. Mm-hmm. Did you see the Bob Stoops versus Calipari stuff?
I did. I read a little bit on that they were his Kentucky football school, is it a basketball school? What is it?
Yeah. Calipari said, this is a basketball school. We need to be able to upgrade our facilities. And then Bob Stoops took offense to that on Twitter. And now they're those coaches are fighting in their own school about whether the school's football or basketball. It's just so odd.
Yeah, dude. I mean, Kentucky football is on the up a little bit, but it ain't. It's not Kentucky basketball.
Exactly.
It's a basketball school.
But the thing is football's just king in the United States.
Exactly.
I think football's just king. Like Kentucky would probably have to ditch their basketball team if they wanted to make money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you were to have to pick one sport, it'd most likely be football in most places.
Yeah, I'd be interested on that one to see if it really was. But
yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up on that. See y'all next week, and thanks for listening. You can like and subscribe or whatever. I don't know what is it? Give us a 5-star rating. What does Bomani say? If you don't give us 5 stars, we're inclined to think you're a hater. So,
amen to that.
Yeah,
couldn't have said it better myself.
Amen to that. All right, hey, let's meet back up next week. Talk some more college football.
Do it, man. Let's talk some college football
and movies and video games if something happens.
Exactly. Hopefully,
all right.
College football.